Clarissa Farrell's temper burned like wildfire as she faced her daughter, her patience shattered by Catherine's unwavering moral stance. She could not understand how Catherine, her blood, her successor, the heir she fought so hard to reclaim, could refuse to stand beside her. Clarissa spoke of power, of survival, of history, stained in blood, believing ruthlessness to be the currency of leadership. She justified murder through emperors and wars, insisting that authority had always belonged to those strong enough to seize it, even if it meant killing their own. In her eyes, the past no longer mattered, only victory did. But Catherine stood still, calm, even through bruises and blood. She carried not her mother's hunger for domination, but something rarer, a conscience Clarissa could never mold or break. No amount of scolding or reasoning could sway Catherine toward violence. Clarissa finally saw the truth. All her words fell on soil that would never grow the fruit she wanted. Frustration broke into something far darker. If Catherine would not join her, she could only destroy the obstacle she created herself. Her hand struck out, not in warning, but to kill. Fingers wrapped around Catherine's throat, squeezing with fury, sharpened by betrayal. Catherine didn't fight back. She accepted the pain, perhaps believing this was the end of a bond that had been broken long before today. When her vision blurred and the world thinned to darkness, Clarissa released her suddenly, not out of mercy, but despair. Rage and heartbreak tangled inside her like threads she could no longer separate. Then she fled the room, leaving Catherine gasping for breath, alive but carved open by the knowledge that her mother had tried to end her life. Pedro returned immediately, horrified to find Catherine struggling to breathe, the fingerprint marks on her neck, proof of the violence he missed by seconds. He tended to her gently, offering water, offering support, offering what Clarissa never could. Catherine's heart ached, not just from the attack, but from the reality that blood ties meant nothing when power consumed a soul. She knew her mother believed love existed between them, yet it was shallow, fragile, conditioned by obedience and ambition. Clarissa cared, but only in pieces, only when Catherine aligned with her goals. After stabilizing, Catherine spoke quietly of leaving Jensburg once the turmoil ended, not fleeing responsibility, but seeking peace for the first time in her life. The city was heavy with history, gossip, and danger. Leaving would not erase her past, but it could allow her to build a new future free from shadows. Pedro did not hesitate. To him, Catherine was not a mistress or duty. She was the woman he chose with devotion, sharpened by years of loyalty. Wherever she went, he would follow, not because he was assigned to, but because he belonged to her with his heart as much as his life. Catherine looked at him differently then, exhausted, bruised, shaken. She saw beyond duty into affection she had long ignored. Pedro was not as dazzling as a York man or as striking as Hayden, yet something about him felt irreplaceable. Strength, loyalty, quiet warmth, all things she had been denied for most of her life. Her heart moved before her mind caught up, and with a sudden impulse, born from gratitude and longing, she kissed him, not with hesitation, but with truth. The moment turned soft, a release, an anchor, a beginning. Pedro returned the affection with depth that left Catherine breathless in a different way, not from pain, but connection. Embarrassment tinged her cheeks afterward, fresh and human, compared to the bruises swelling beneath her eyes. She lay down to rest, hiding her smile beneath the pretense of sleep. comforted by the man who stayed beside her without question. As Catherine drifted into slumber, two worlds separated: her mother's descent into madness, and Catherine's first step toward a life built not on fear or inheritance, but on love, integrity, and choice.